Sometimes actually teach. You know, but they kept finding more homes year after year after year. They how's that? Throw up a groove. So, keep on like playing not come back. Usually the assumption is that they'll sleep in a ditch somewhere and they wake up and find worries about it. But every time they find more bones when they stuck out the babies. No one can really figure out why. But eventually they decided to send one of those snakes with cameras on them down to see what was going on. They found that there's an interconnecting tunnel from Biffy to Biffy to Biffy. All of them, every single one of them, are all connected by a series of tunnels. Turns out that the quad site is it's above, I guess, the stomping ground of strange creature that lives in these tunnels under the ground. We just so happen to choose to dig our Biffies, drill the holes directly into its home. So they have to deal with a couple times a year, a bunch of really drunk people taking their number twos filled with alcohol into their home. It makes them really unhappy. So I would be upset if somebody took a stomp in my living room. So I personally don't blame them for occasionally getting revenge on someone who was, sitting on the toilet for way too long. But I would say it's a word of caution. Just maybe put a timer on your phone or something. You're going to be taking a while in the bathroom, because if you've been there for too long, you might get sucked down into the tunnels and never seen again, or at least your body parts might not look the same.
Well, that was amazing. The thing is still on there, right? Yeah. And second one, you go.
1, 2 parts. 1 part.
Great, bye. Well, that's how we break ties, apparently. All right, thank you. So Roger apparently wins this one. So coming up next, we have Skald and Ayani. You see?
You give me a minute, So I'm going to tell a story, because I can't sing. And this story, all right, we ventured down to a kingdom, huge war down the states called Australia. And before that, I have heard wonderful, wonderful tales to two of our own heroes here who commandeered a golf cart. And I wanted to do that. Like fiber of my body, I wanted to do that. So we're walking around outside, myself and Kabar, and all of a sudden a go-kart goes by us, and I'm like, the golf cart goes by us, and I'm like, we should steal it. He's like, no. He's like, no, all right. So the next day comes, we're walking around again, all of a sudden another go-kart goes by, it's Skald. And I'm like, we can take it from Skald! It'll be so easy. It was like, no. Fine, okay, fine, whatever. But this happens every night until it's the end of the day. Last night, we're gonna go party in the slums, right? So our whole entourage leaves our house as we're walking out, all her like a gift sitting right there for us. And I was like, and I didn't even have to say anything. Somebody was like, we should steal it. And I was like, yes. And then our kid at the time, also Bavar's and I, Peter, gets in the golf cart. Bavar can't say anything to me, and I was just like, we're gonna take a golf cart. There was no. So that's my pipe up. I can pop fire and covers them up, but you can't. So we didn't end up taking it home. But later, many months on, I essentially a different kingdom, and another by very different kind of CA. And I looked at the bar and he's like, hey, look, man, there's no card. He's like, don't even think about it, don't even joke about it, because you'll take that initiative. And all events ever again, I'm like, oh my god, okay, it's different, I get it. So I never thought about it. That's my story.
Congratulations. Everyone here? Okay. My name is Skald. I have a totally true story to tell. It is a transformation story that happens over many hundreds of years, and still is a controversial subject to this very day. So, way back when, in the times of ancient Greece, there was a guy born in Macedon, and he was pretty great. And he went around really conquering, believed some propaganda, no friends. You guys might recognize his name's Alex. And he did not exactly have estate planning and succession planning down the line. When he died, he said his kingdom will go to the strongest, which of course kicked off the British couple, and one of his good friends, Ptolemy, said, "That's cool," and grabbed Alex's body and took off to Alexandria. Very modestly named in the name of the conqueror. And because Ptolemy loved his friend, he built this great temple to his friend, the god Alexander the Pretty Good. And that temple stood there for many years. Many luminaries throughout history, Julius Caesar, Caesar Augustus, stopped by to pay homage there. Now, in the middle of all the story, another guy was born in Israel. His name is Jesus. He kind of changed some religious and people stopped believing in the divine divinity of Alexander and started moving to this new faith, which has been a problem for the priests of the temple because they gave their money up to people coming to give offerings, and there were no more people. So, what does a corporation do when confronted with a changing corporate landscape? You rebrand. So, nobody knew where St. Mark was buried. So, what do the enterprising Alexandrians do? They rebrand the Temple of Alexander as the Temple of St. Mark. Oh. So, the temple restored, everyone is happy, more pilgrims start coming in. Now, another problem, we'll just shift off the Adriatic coast a little bit here. There's a little city called Venice was formed. If you wanted to have a happening city, you needed somebody to die horribly in your city several centuries earlier. Now, nobody had the good sense to be killed in Venice in the early 400s. So they didn't have a saint. So nobody was coming to Venice. Problem. What are the reasons if not entrepreneurs? So they look down to Alexandria where there is this temple. There's another faith rising there called Islam, and things are drying up again at the temple of St. Mark. So the two enterprising gentlemen go down there and they decide we're going to take St. Mark back up to Venice. So they go down there and how do you start the body of Alexandria? Well, wrap it in bacon, not lime. So they take the body out of the temple, wrap it in bacon. The customs inspectors don't want to touch it, so they get it up to Venice, where it is currently residing in St. Mark's Basilica. So that is the story of how a Macedonian conqueror transformed into a Christian saint.
Amazing stories galore.
And so educational. I've heard of bacon wrapped sausage and bacon, but never bacon wrapped.
Even bacon wrapped bacon.
Yeah, yeah. That's, don't invite them to your barbecue. So if you chew it,
Who's got a who's got okay, well,
we're talking about was.
Is there room for a late joiner? Is there room for a late joiner?
latecomer. Absolutely.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Like, when you look like that, can I see this? Yeah. We'll, you looking at that?
Hey, everybody, I'm just charging into this competition. So, I think I joined this competition because, I served as a medalist. So I should probably do it too. So, I have a story, and I have a prop. It wasn't this shield, but it was a similar shield. The old one that's sitting in my basement right now. So, as all fighters know, when you're first starting out, that shield weighs a lot. It's very heavy. It feels like a big responsibility, and it protects you, and it's wonderful, all those things. So, I'm at my first quad. It's a lot big. I'm standing in our shield wall on the other side of the river. This is one of the worst scientific contexts. This is the same now. So, yeah, I knew somebody would love that. So I'm holding up my shield, and it's hot, and the shield is heavy. And I know that I need to hold that shield up because I'm protecting somebody. I'm doing my job. I'm Miracle's arrow gates. They're going to shoot at this shield, but it's hot, and this thing's heavy. And I think to myself, I'm way off on the sidewalk. There's no way there's somebody looking at me right now. I'm just one shield out of it with a brain shield. Aside from that. So the minutes go by, the shield gets heavier and heavier and heavier. I decide, you know what? This battle has gone on long enough. I can let that shield down. The second I let my shield down, I hear a flip of a crossbow right past my face. And was Sir Rogan with the pike. And he immediately goes, "Oh, I'm hit." And I go, "Oh, God, no." So my moral to the story is never let your shield down. Always hold it.
Okay, Glenn, since you kind of, talked yourself in here at the end, we have to have a competition. You have to get someone. So Dave has thankfully volunteered to be the blind fighter.
You're a joyful blind fighter here.
Yeah. We haven't decided yet if they're destructive flies.
Uh-oh.
I did not have anything pledged. So, and yeah. It's like the sun was shining bright on a village straight out of my dream. The ladies and lords all in rainbows adorned to my mind into reality. Even though I heard the wind whisper to me, welcome home. This is the Aussie. Glad that you found your way, whether far away you belong. Welcome home. Teachers were articulate, court was immaculate, the merchants wares had me beguiled. I've been so many places, saw so many faces, from strangers, friend in a short while. When a man said, blink and smile, welcome home. This is the Aussie, glad that you found your way, whether you're far away, you belong. Dance of the radio, and air so freely, I threw an close my eyes, start praying. The bars took my breath away, so I donned armors and danced from that moment. begging. Because something beside was there. Welcome home. This is me singing. Glad that you found your way. When far away you belong. Welcome home. Wondering, now you know why she's thinking about Walmart and China. So that was not the first thought. So I'm exercising my prerogative of fairness because we don't have 3 people who have made it to the next round. I'm resurrecting them. But we have 4 people again. Okay, so we're gonna put Roger and I have to come with the next word.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, my arm. Australia story because I've got Australia is a beautiful Northern war. I'm so sad that it's not like this ever. Who knows? But anyway, because we come from Africa, everything is very different now. When I'm walking along Market Square, enjoying different traders and everything like that, I see this very young knight cross, and I'm just like, oh, he seems to have else. That's pretty interesting. Because all of our knights in Africa are really well seasoned, right? We have one. And I look to my companion at the time, Astrid, and she explains to me how different kingdoms do different things. And I was like, oh, sweet, makes perfect sense. So for Lizzie was that. Later that night, probably so, and we were at the Bardic dancing. There's beautiful drumming and belly dancing. Oh my goodness, so amazing. And I scoodle over to the bar, grab myself, look over, and I see said knight, in my wildest amazing wisdom, because all of you guys don't really with my words. Not. I look over, I'm like, you're kind of young to be a knight, don't you think? I don't remember anything after that. I'm pretty sure I was dragged back to camp at that point. So, but November, maybe a couple years after that, what's that? Sir Boop gets knighted. So many different knights call him and congratulate him. And this is one of those said knights. I can't remember his name, which feels really bad. And he's like, hey, yeah, my name's this dude. Remember this dude from Australia? And I'm like, no, I don't. Yeah, look at him. I'm like, I don't remember his name. I have no idea what he's talking about. And he's like, and I look over at the bar, which she was before doing that, drag my trunk pass around. He's like, the dude. And I'm like, oh no. I still don't know the guy's name, but that's my story.
Yep.
Another story. Let's before it again. Or one story for a second. You be here. Oh, no. All right. I have an old story. Sure, many of you have heard it before. About the time I slayed the mighty dragon. So I was protector of the court. Is that what my title was?
Lord Protector of the
Lord Protector of the court. Very important. All singing free room. And court is going on as is, this is extremely boring. I'm waiting for me to protect something. And lo and behold, my dream comes true. Through the ceiling smashes this giant dragon, the size of an entire castle. It crashes through the ceiling and it's right in front of the lords, and it is about to turn everybody into crispy bacon. Without being wrapped in bacon first. So this is my job. I am a board protector of the court. I have to fight this dragon. So begrudgingly get to my feet, draw my mighty weapon, and we slash and we crash and I duck and I kick it in the face. That was way up there. I have serious skills. Okay. We battled and wrangled, and it just wouldn't stop coming, almost as if it was on a fishing rod getting pulled towards me. I would give it a boot, it would hit the wall, and just keep coming back. I don't get it. But eventually, I was ready for it. I said, "Board!" And it was gone. Dragon's head came right off, landed directly in his lap. He was covered in guts. It was amazing. Still felt bad. That might not be from the guts, though.
I don't think you know this, but I'm.
Where was I? Oh, yes. So, and that was how I became, unfortunately, Smooch the Dragon Slayer. I got everything down.
In case any of you were wondering, no dragons were actually harmed in the telling of that
Are
story.
you kidding? You literally keep the corpse in your basement.
In my basement, it is fine.
Eating the souls of the damned.
No, just yours.
Oh,
Well, I think with that beautiful story, the floor is yours. I know.
Wait, still another round.
Yeah, so now we have another set of finalists. So, we're down to Conan and Roger again, so, no? Conan and Niall, right, we haven't done finals yet. Sorry, I'm one step ahead of myself here.
Wow. Okay. I think a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to tell another story. So, I don't actually, well, actually, no, I do need the shield. I still need this grind. So, once again, my first quad board. So many good things happen at quad board. These things happen at quad board. Like all kinds of stuff. It's the castle battle. King and is no, it's not the king holding with his chosen. It's just a mixed battle on both sides. So we're attacking the castle. It's my first time attacking the castle. That castle's pretty good time. I think I got actually shot by an arrow in the shield, which is nice and loud and exciting when you're fighting war. And I'm protecting a guy with a great sword. He's kind of like a poke there, like you do. They're trying to poke down with assorted pokey things. Good time. Sometimes light comes down and you're not expecting it, so we have to watch that. So I have my shield pointed up, and I'm near the gate. And this might be an elementary mistake in hindsight, but at the time I felt like we do. And I see Sir Elias over far in the field, hiking himself up. He's getting ready to go in. He looks like he's about to murder the entire castle on his own. He's just gonna charge in there, and I hear a bow fires, an arrow flies out, and hits me. Hits me in the legs. Hits me in the knee. I hit an arrow in the knee. Yeah, and about 2 seconds later, Sir Elias just flies in there, and I hear a blender. It sounds like there is a rattan going off every second. It's madness in there, and I'm just there on my knees, thinking about how I could be in there. Until I took it.
Oh.
You know, you have to do
Huh? Oh, you
Hi again.
Hi.
Wish I had a story for you, but I can only sing. Was really of my own. I stepped to the world, the meaning to roam. I found the captain who promised me gold, an adventure to quicken the heart of the bold. For 41 years I did struggle alone, for the cause I worked my fingers down to the bone. Saw not the skipper, saw not my fate, those gas have been sent on my way. A curse upon you, throw forth again fast. Your days have been numbered, each hour your last. Will and your sky turn to swallow you whole. And forget what you stole. Found some code, the bravest and true. No captain was prouder to call such men crew. Bigger rally as a triumph, the battle was won. I'd face off a cannon if they both looked on. The mutinous thoughts fed my hands, I slept. Soft runner for treasures and gold that we kept. Through me the side of all kindness I've shown. I better stay always alone. A curse upon you, throw forth again fast. Your days have been numbered, each hour your way. May the lands of your sky turn to swallow you whole. And friend, never forget what you stole. Never made it one round upon shore. I fell for a smile as I've never done before. I pledged to my world for as long as I live. I'd have offered her more if I had more to give. My pockets she emptied, so I offered the rest. She obliged and ripped out the heart from my chest. She sent me a trip free to float to world's end. The bubble as my only friend. A curse upon you, throw forth again fast. Your days have been numbered, each hour your last. May the lands of your sky turn to swallow you whole. And forever forget what you stole. Maybe there's some of you wondering, hence no hearts of my life fit together with sense. If these your thoughts allow me to explain, listen close now, for I will not say it again. I curse yourself with the doubt that you've shown, for this is my life and I've made it my own. Walk a path and you'll have your own stories in time, till the day I shall drink just to mine. A curse upon you, throw forth again fast. Your days have been numbered, each hour your last. May the lands of your sky turn to swallow you whole. And forever forget what you stole.
All right, so who does that leave us? Roger and
Relax.
okay, why don't we have Roger, why don't you start? Because Niall just came off and then.
talk about a ragtag group of heroes. Well, they were sent to recapture a base in a fort. They were sent to recapture a fort in a swampy bog surrounded kind of fascinating. There was about 6 of these heroes. They, they under cover of darkness, they crept through the bog. It was very smelly and sticky and gross and it sucked. I think one of them might have got malaria. I don't know, but anyway, they got to the fort, and it's the walls are tall and high. There's archers posted on every corner. There's no real good way to approach. They decide to do it anyway, but to do it quietly through the moat that's 30 feet deep. And then as they're swimming through the moat, they find there happens to be a crocodile living. The best one ever, right? Anybody tries to steal the wall, they just get their way through. These heroes freak out because what the heck about a crocodile, especially when you're already in the water? Not really much you can do. But one of them gets the bright idea to dive directly down its throat, keep busy. He's inside, he's stabbing everywhere, his legs are gone anyway, might as well just stab. Then both of them die here, sacrificing themselves to save the rest of the team, hopefully save the mission. The rest of the team gets to the wall, and they realize that they don't have any tools to climb the wall. They don't have any rope or grappling hooks or anything. If they did, it was probably on the guys who decided to put that here. So they do have a bright idea. They have one thing that could help them. They had a big old keg of TNT. So they got a piece of wood, put the keg of TNT on there, lit a match, and got the hell out of the way. Blew a hole in the side of the wall. This was supposed to be a stealth mission. They walked into the room, killed everybody inside, heard all the alarms going off. Oh shit, we need to get to the middle of this thing. So thankfully, there's another keg of TNT. They just, kept blowing walls until they eventually made it to the center to get to the general they were supposed to assassinate, who's definitely prepared for them, has the room just fully loaded with guards. And it turns out that this general was not a general. In fact, it had been someone who was a general, was commanding, but can't really blame the guy. His family had been enslaved. So they kill everybody in the room, but the general helped get his family back, and they're heroes again! But strategic building is gone, no one can use it anymore. They still get
Hi again. Of all the money that ever I had, I spent it in good company. Oh, and all the hope that I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the party's blast. Good night and joy be to you all. So fill to me the parting glass and drink of health whatever falls. And then gently rise and song. Good night and joy be to you all. Of all the comrades that ever I had, They're sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that there I had. They would wish me one more day to stay. But since it fell to my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. So fill to me the parting glass, and drink of health whate'er peaceful. Then gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all.
We all played the most, because we were very well into the stage. Thank you to everybody who entered and performed. Thank you so, so much. Thank you, everybody, for staying attention. And, the bar up.
I think that's it, that's it, yeah.
Awesome. So, have some fun rest of the game. We'll just go on to the next. Games.